All right, welcome back. I didn't get to, excuse me. Well, my voice is a little hoarse this morning. I didn't get to finish the video last night that I wanted to do because of the rain. But I thought I would take you guys around this morning and kind of give you an idea of the layout that we're thinking of. And this is just one possibility. You know, like all creative projects, you really don't know where it's going to end up. You just have an idea, you kind of have a goal, and you go for that. Approaching homesteading as a creative project is a little different than, say, setting out with the intention of feeding your whole family. And that's where we started, kind of, was with the intention of feeding the whole family. And that includes extended family and friends. But with our respective ages, we are altering our plans a little bit. So if you recall, our initial plan was to tear down this house, to go live in the shop or something for the whatever few months that it took to get another house rebuilt on this house site, this home site. But lately, we've been talking, and some of the options that we have for living those few months are a little less than desirable for us. So we've decided to come up with some other ideas, and through brainstorming and stuff, we came up with the idea of putting the house back there. Now, when I say back there, I'm not talking about here where the arches are. We had really big plans and dreams for those arches, but overall, the plants that we planted there just didn't really have the staying power to survive this year. This year was really, really rough as far as the garden goes. You can tell that we have just all but stopped dealing with this big garden because you know, we're at a place in our lives where we don't have to provide for the whole family. Our families are pretty self-sufficient. You know, they're all big girls and big boys, and they're making their own decisions and doing their own things, and that's wonderful. That's what they should be doing. And that's what we want for them. And that means that they don't have time to come out and do all this with us. And that's okay. You know, that's their lives, and that's what they are supposed to do, is do their life. So, with this being a little much for the two of us, we are scaling it way back. And next year, we won't be doing the gigantic vegetable garden. And we've reached a place where we're both okay with that. In its stead, our project for next year is just doing the layout on the property and pretty much just laying out how we want to build our house there. With that house as a house site, we will have, let me get back here so I can show you. So our front porch view, if we come back here and put the house site here, this will be our front porch view. Now it's not all that right now, but the potential here is incalculable. I mean, there are so many ways to go with using this property, this 2.5 acres, that once that house is down or not, because it doesn't necessarily have to come down. We may just redo the whole thing. But this could be so many things right here. We have the shop here, and of course that's where we do all of our big projects, right? Like the beehives and all that stuff. And then this may become the studio office. It may become a store. It may become any number of things, or it may disappear entirely. So we are just in the process of making all those decisions. Hi, sweetie. He's not gonna wave at me. Anyway, we're just in the process of making all those decisions now. But this view, it's already pretty good. And, you know, if we really get down in it and create a vision for how we want to do this, this could be incredible. We'll have to dig a new septic, and that'll probably go down there somewhere because, you know, grade. We will have to have another pole set, and I see now that this one is on the south side of the building, so potentially what I'm hoping we can do is just come off of that pole down this way and set our electric for the house. That would be amazing. Thinking about, you know, how much back porch do we want versus front porch? What would we do, like, in this area back here, if this is our backyard, you know? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hear an engine. Cat hears an engine too. She's like, I don't like that sound. I'm gonna go find Mom. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. She's not having anything to do with that tractor. And that's all right. So he got a little yard tractor so that he could move these small trailers around and such and use them to haul things around the property. So one of the things that we wanted to probably plant again next year is the purple hull peas. We're not really sure how we're going to plant them next year because, frankly, we didn't expect this. We didn't expect them to be up in the tomato cages like they are. That surprised us. But for okay. Is that barbed wire?
Yeah.
And there are still blooms in there.
Huh?
There are still blooms in there.
Oh, yeah. These peppers will probably go on forever.
Till frost, anyway. I gotta say, as food sources go, this is a pretty good crop for us to grow. You know?
Yeah.
I know that.
Too bad nobody else eat them but us.
No, it's not too bad. That's just right. Gotcha. I think. Maybe. That's a big old handful. You got big old hands.
Oh.
I got little bitty hands. I got the few. It's okay, because I wouldn't have seen these.
Them little dog pecker gnats are all over this thing.
Dog pecker gnats.
Yeah.
Oh. My husband. Keep pulling the stems off with them.
That ain't gonna hurt. We've got more than we'll ever use.
I hope that's the case.
I wish these was vanilla,
Right? Oh, look at here, look at here.
What is?
Boy, I can smell that basil. Oh my goodness. I got an apron full of these suckers.
Yeah.
I think there's still more over there, but this will do for now. There's a few green ones on this cage, but other than that, it's done. About to fall over.
Yeah. So you had to get rid of these, didn't you?
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
Our silver Yamatos and our Kalo melons got hit by the squash bugs too. It was pretty catastrophic. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick these peppers and maybe saute them to go with our enchiladas tonight. That'd be good. Sauteed in some butter and salt and pepper.
Got that shit picked up out of the way.
It looks better back there. Oh, got a little bug bite. Or 2 or 10. And much like our peppers last year, these guys will probably keep going right up to frost. Oh my goodness. Whew. My apron is full, but I have more to pick. Oh, I broke that one. Okay, that'll be enough of those for now. See if these bells are doing anything. These bells have really done better, despite the weed pressure, than any of the bell peppers that I have planted previously. And we picked them kind of small on purpose because we want them to keep producing. But look at this. Those are not market sized, but the flesh walls on these are the thickest of any peppers I have grown yet. So we did something right by the peppers, at least. And not all of them grew like this. Our other hot peppers didn't make it. The jalapenos and cayenne. With it being a rainy weekend, now is as good a time as any to burn this brush pile. Of course, we could wait until fall and add to it and all that, but I think it would be better for us to burn it while it's kind of smaller and get that taken care of. Burning is just one of the ways that we can deal with yard and wood waste, and also plants that we cut down. Like when we take down the Brussels sprouts and the sunflowers, they're going to be woody. And they're not going to decompose in our compost the way we want them to. So what we'll do is we'll create another brush pile. Now, true, we could leave this brush pile or create something with it, or, you know, let animals nest in it over the winter, but we really don't want them to nest in the brush pile. If we want that, what we'll do is we'll create spaces where they can do just whatever they want. For the same reason that we left these dead trees, these snags, for the same reason we left those guys, we would create a space that's out of the way for us and creates a safety barrier for them. You know, where we won't put anything. We don't use a whole lot of pesticides anyway, but like the flea stuff we wouldn't put out there and all that. There won't be any kind of chemical aggravation laid on the area that we preserve for our insect friends. Also, these sunflowers and Brussels sprouts very well could harbor creatures that are not beneficial for the garden, like the cabbage loopers. I think they pretty much are out of the way by the time, you know, the season is really ended. But also, we don't want to overwinter anything like squash bugs or, you know, just, we don't want to overwinter the bad guys. And I know that's a very subjective distinction. We want to overwinter the good guys though, so we will be building creature spaces, pollinator spaces, and beneficial insect spaces with some of the stuff that we don't burn. So like what you see we're burning is just a portion of all the stuff that, for lack of a better term, would normally be thrown away. Eventually, I want a burn barrel for trash. That's what Mom and Dad used to do. It's not a bad solution. It won't take care of everything. Like, it won't take care of the tin cans and the plastic bottles. Actually, it will melt the plastic bottles down. But of course, that plastic is still going to be in the environment, so we want to cut that back as much as we can by reusing and reducing the amount of plastic that we bring in. Looks like he's got it going. Ouch! Don't burn your hand, silly. I like a good brush fire, but I have spaghetti sauce on the stove, so I have to get in there on that. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Well, he got it going. That brush pile is officially history. So far, the brush pile places where we've burned the brush piles have done pretty good as far as sustaining new growth, new life. He is now picking up the ragweed, the giant ragweed that we cut out of the, or pulled out of the asparagus, well, the bed that's in front of the asparagus bed. So we tried to do perennials there. We'll keep trying, but there's a lot of poison ivy back there, so I don't know how much I'm going to be involved with it. But he's got it going. Here's one of the sites of our former burns, and it is now supporting the thornless blackberries and some sunflowers that we planted down there. And the one watermelon vine that's still alive is down there too. So But with any luck, this site will be another more fertile place because we are burning in this. But there are some seeds that will not germinate without the intense heat of a fire. That's not our main goal here, but by the same token, it'll be interesting to see what does grow eventually.